Every one of you wants to be wealthy. Why wouldn't you be watching this channel if you don't want to eventually be wealthy? But most of us want to get wealthy for sure. We are not very high risk individuals. We like the idea of one rental at a time. We understand it takes time and patience. Well, the one and only Casey from Brick by Brick Wealth has gone a step further and created something she calls the cake method. You're going to hear it here first. We're going to learn what it is, why it's important. Casey, drop the knowledge. What is this cake method you speak of?
Michael, I'm so excited to share this with you. So this is something that I've been working on for a while, and it's been a strategy that I've kind of developed over my however long 8 years of investing that I finally put into a formula, something that's easily digestible. And this method just embodies who I am. I will say for years when I started my Instagram journey, you remember back in 2020, you would do lives with me on my Instagram.
Yep.
Remember that? Like I know that's so fun, the olden days. I'll tell you, I felt like a fake. I really did. I felt like I'm not a real investor. I don't do this full time. I'm not quote a real, like that was my thing is I felt like a fraud. Like I'm not a real investor because this isn't my day-to-day life. What I realized through talking to people and having students join my program is not everybody wants to be a full-time investor. Like people have jobs, they like their job, they want to keep their job. They got a busy family, or they're a single mom working 2 jobs, like doesn't have time to do cold calling and direct mail and all of that. So I started feeling better about kind of my investment style. And what really was the pivotal point for creating this cake method was my nightmare tenant that I had several years ago. That tenant cost me $16,000 plus in renovations, tons of headaches. It was just a disaster from the start with how this lady, I mean, she was a tenant for several years, and it was a freaking nightmare. And it was after that lady that I realized that I will never invest the same way ever again. And I'm just doing my own thing, regardless of what these gurus say online, regardless of what the numbers say or this or that. So I've created this method that is safe. It's a safe method. It's predictable. It's slow and steady wins the race. But a lot of people just don't have tons of money to lose or to gamble on and to try things with or have tons of time. So this is what I created. Cake method.
Nice. So again, I'm guessing the cake method stands for something is I'm guessing. Yeah. So the C.
Yes.
Okay.
It all just happens to do that. Okay. So the C is choose a quality neighborhood.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of mistakes that they're being made with choosing a neighborhood just because it cash flows. And we talk about this a lot. I'm always bringing up not choosing the D-class neighborhoods just because they seem to cash flow more on paper year one. No. So let's skip the learning curve, right? What are most investors' learning curves? Oh, I shouldn't have bought those crappy properties, sold them all. We'll never do that again. Every investor, zillionaire that I know doesn't own properties like that. They don't own it in the ghetto. So let's skip the learning curve. Us investors that start out with not a lot of money or saving up everything that we have, we can't afford to learn that way, to learn through mistakes and regret.
So I think this C is really valuable. I don't know if you watch Ken McElroy, but he is all on this lately. He's deployed something like $300 million in the last 90 days or maybe 6 months buying multifamily properties. But he's like, folks, the only thing you can't do is change the neighborhood. So I think your choose the right neighborhood is a wonderful place to start. Ken McElroy approved, which is no slouch. So so far so good. Cake is cake is something to talk about. Yeah, tastes good.
All right. Next one is A, and it means add value. Okay, so you can add value a lot of ways. You can add value right now, immediately when you buy it through forced appreciation, fixing it up, adding value that way, or you can just let time do its thing and add value through appreciation over time.
Yeah.
It's as fast or as slow as you want to go, but you need to add value eventually. If you're in a declining market or you're buying a property in one of those non-desirable neighborhoods that even time doesn't add value, you've got problems.
Yeah. Oh,
so
absolutely.
You have to buy in areas that add value. So the second one is add value.
I love that one as well. Again, when you think about where my best deals have come over the years, it's always by adding value. Sometimes it's buying a 1,000 square foot 2-bedroom, 1-bath that magically becomes a 3-bedroom. Sometimes it's buying a property from somebody who had a bad debt structure, and you were able to put it together differently. And let's not forget the cherry on top of every equation, which is wealth comes from long-term hold, aka appreciation. So add value is A, and C is choose market. So far, Kate's making a lot of sense to me.
So the next one is K, and this one sometimes can be controversial, but it's keep it. You have to keep it. Okay. You can, 1031, you can upgrade, okay, but the goal is to keep it. No flipping, because flipping is not investing. It's a job for active income. You have to keep your property. And that also means 30-year fixed debt. Having scary 5-1 arms, whatever these loans are that are not forever, you need to try and keep it. Try not to cash out, refinance, and start the wheel all over again. You do you, but the goal is to keep it, because what is the point of having a property in a quality neighborhood that appreciates in value if you're selling it? You want to keep your asset, so that you can grow over time. Yes, you can sell and, buy that apartment complex and upgrade your assets, but no selling and cashing out.
No, I couldn't agree more. I mean, the whole wealth formula, the key to that is step 3, which is you got to keep it for 10 years. This is right in line with ORAT teachings. That's where wealth comes from, right? If you want to go be a flipper and do that or this, that's active income. It's not passive. It is a job. You've got to keep that wheel going. And frankly, as market cycles turn, flippers are the ones that get hurt. I know plenty of flippers who are losing hundreds, and I know of a couple that are losing millions of dollars in this environment because they always thought, I got to keep the machine going. I got to keep my workers employed. I'm like, you're just going to lose money, dumbass. What are you doing? So I love the K. Can't wait for E. What is E?
All right. So E is earn. And this is one thing. So, we earn a lot of ways, right? Cash flow appreciation, loan pay down, tax advantages, all of the things that we all already know from Washington that we earn from real estate. But one thing that I want to bring to light that I don't feel anybody ever really talks about, and I think it's a little underrated and unfair. It's okay to be happy about the amount of money you've earned over time. So much that year one was your cash flow. What you earned this year? What about the fact that for one property over the past 8 years, I brought in $150,000 in rental income? I mean, I'm earning over time. I'm earning appreciation. I'm earning not just a yearly or a monthly cash flow. People look at, only $200 a month cash flow, and they poo-poo it. Well, let's not forget, you're getting the whole nut. You're not just getting the cash flow, you're getting the person's rent check. You are getting a property for free, essentially. Someone you buy, they are paying for it for you. And every single month and every single year, over years and years and years, on multiple properties, you're bringing in over time millions of dollars. So let's not forget the time that you are earning. It's more than just the monthly cash flow.
No, I like that. I like that one as well, because we get a lot of kind of 1 year itis, right? It's always what's this year, what's that year, and I've said for years that, at least in my story of financial freedom, the first 5 years sucked, felt like a trickle. It didn't feel worth the effort. Then by year 10, it was more meaningful, and then by year 15, it was like, I can't believe where we're at. But it would have been much more beneficial if I would have stepped back once a year and kind of looked at the whole picture. Right? What was the cash flow? How much did we pay down the debt? How much did it estimate to appreciate? Did we add any value? And again, wealth is a collection of all the assets held to maturity. And, one way to do that is by identifying the earn. So I like it. Fully approved. I like it.
Yes. Thank you, Michael. I will say that actually putting this method down into terms, into words, really makes me feel better about who I am and my strategy as an investor, because I only buy 1 to 2 properties a year, and I'm not flipping and doing cold calls and taking inbound leads. Like, I mostly buy on the MLS or by word of mouth off market. When deals come, I buy them. I spend the majority of my time with my kids, with my family, helping my students, doing what I love, and I love real estate that I don't have to do anything with. I don't really like the whole like being an investor all the time as a job. Like to me, that sounds terrible. And I've never wanted to really say that before because that's not what investors are like. But I think it's okay to say, hey, I am an investor that invests, 1 or 2 properties a year because that's what I'm comfortable doing. It's safe. And using the cake method, you're pretty, buy in a quality neighborhood, add value, keep it, 30-year fixed debt, and earn. I mean, there's really no chance for failure at that point. It's a very safe method for regular people.
Yeah, I want to be really clear about something. This started with Dion and has only been accentuated by yourself. I think most people want to be, you or Dion. Most people don't even want to be as big as me or Matt, the lumberjack. They're like, if I can get where I want to go at 9 properties, do you know how happy people would be? You know how happy they would be to be financially free, spend time with their kids. So you are an investor. In fact, you're the role model probably for most of my audience. Yes, there's a couple of people out there that want to be Grant Cardone and, that stuff. And that's totally okay, right? You do you. We're not saying don't do it. We're just saying it's okay to be financially free on 9 properties. And I think, when you get to be financially free at 9 properties, the world's your oyster. If you won the game, don't play. Or if you won the game, enjoy your time and play some more. But Casey, you've got to drop that imposter syndrome. You are the goal of most people. So congratulations.
Thank you. I feel good too, saying it out loud, putting it down. Like this is what works for me. It's worked for my students. And, I no longer feel bad saying I don't spend 40 hours a week cold calling and hunting down leads. Like I used to not want to mention that at all, that I didn't do that because that people would expect that, but it's like, I like to like play with my kids and snuggle and go swimming and, buy on the MLS or word of mouth, like off market, it can be easy. It doesn't have to be, I don't have to be Grant Cardone, and that's okay. Or Michael Zuma.
Yeah, no, absolutely right. Yeah. So folks, at the end of the day, let us know what you think of the cake method. I do have 2 questions for you. One, what is your favorite letter? Which is the one that hits home for you? For me, I'll just tell you right now, it's the C. I think so many folks, and shout out Ken McElroy for making it even more obvious, choosing the right neighborhood up front really cures a lot of ills. But again, let me know your favorite letter below. And oh, by the way, let's just ask, if you had to put an S on it, let's just have some fun, make it cakes. What would you make an S out of? I'm just having fun. I have no idea what I would make the S, but I'll know by next week. Casey, where can they find you?
People can find me on Instagram and YouTube, Brick by Brick Wealth. And if you want a full breakdown of the cake method, how it works with numbers and how it's worked for me in my properties, I did a masterclass on it, my first masterclass ever. It's brand new, nice. And you can get it on my website, brickbybrickwealth.com.
Thank you so much, Casey. Amazing.